Hi, Vince Oldre, certified financial planner, and I want to talk to you about one of the biggest questions we get, and that is, when can I retire? Now the answer is, you can retire whenever you want, but it's not that easy. Do you want to retire with the same lifestyle that you have today, or are you willing to give up some of those things that you have today just so you can retire now? So let's go over some things that we look at to make sure that you can retire today and maintain your same lifestyle. As most people that come in our office, they want to maintain their lifestyle when they reach retirement. So let's go through some simple practices that we look at. Number one, look at your expenses. Now most of you may or may not have a budget, but if you don't have a budget, don't try to put one together now. Look at your expenses. Look at the last 12 months in your bank account. Look at how much has come out of those accounts every single month and add up the total and divide it by 12 and you'll get your average expenses over each month. Now, you might want to take some of those things that you say, well, that's an anomaly. I want to take that out because I don't always replace windows. And that might be true, but try to leave those in there because you're going to have things that will come up every single year that you might not account for. So if you can, try to leave all the things that you spent in your expenditures from last year or the year before, or whatever you want to use for your last 12 months. Secondly, now that you have your expenses, we now know how much income we need to maintain your lifestyle. So the next step is to look at what type of stable income do you have. Stable income is income that you have from your Social Security, pensions, and annuities. Those are generally stable because we can rely on that income to come in and day out without having to worry about what the market is doing. So we add up your Social Security and your pension income and annuity income if you have it, and we'll get your total income. So for example, let's say I need $66,000 a year to maintain my lifestyle in retirement after tax. I have $3,500 coming in from my Social Security, my pensions, and annuity income. So that means now I have $2,000 I have to make up with my other savings. And the other savings could be a 401k, IRA, 403b, thrift savings plan, any other type of retirement account or brokerage account or savings account that you've saved up money to take income from in retirement. So now that I know I need $2,000 that I have to make up my lifestyle in retirement, so I need $5,500 a month to receive $66,000 a year, I need to make up that $2,000 gap every single year. So if we look at what is a withdrawal rate that I need for my assets, we might be looking at a 3%, a 4%, or a 5% withdrawal rate, and that's a debatable thing that we can talk about in another video. But if we just look at the difference between having to take out a 5% withdrawal rate versus a 3% withdrawal rate, if I need $2,000 a month at a 5% withdrawal rate, I only need to save an additional $480,000 of savings. If I am willing to do a 3% withdrawal rate, I need $800,000 of additional savings. That's significantly more. Now, depending on what you have as far as investments or what you're willing to use and how much risk you're willing to take will determine how much money you need to save as far as a safe withdrawal rate, but as well as how long you might live. Now that I have my $2,000 of my extra gap income, or that money I need for my stable income and my additional income I need to make my $5,500 a month, you now need to look at the what if scenarios. You're not quite ready to turn in your resignation. You have to start looking at what will happen if I have an early loss of spouse. I know I'm going to lose a Social Security check, so what will happen to the income, and can my surviving spouse survive on that income? Look at health care, knowing that at age 65 you'll have Medicare, but before that you won't. Look at inflation, look at market risk. All these things are the what if scenarios that you need to add into your retirement plan. Okay, so now that we have all those things taken care of, you can retire, right? Well, not quite. You also need to figure out what you're going to do when you retire. Picture yourself. Here's the day You stop working, the next day you're retired, what are you going to do? Are you going to garden? Are you going to go to the cabin? Are you going to enjoy life and make sure you're not bored? Or are we going to be bored? And if you're going to be bored, what we see is that you will find yourself going back to work. You need to have some hobbies. You need to make sure you're staying in touch with your family and friends. We've already done a blog on how you can maintain happiness in retirement. But now that you have your financial things figured out, and now you know what things might look like when you actually retire, we can finally start to set our goal as far as when we can retire. If you want to make sure you get our retirement guide, you can go to our website and make sure you can get our retirement guide, and this will help put some of these things into perspective for you. And if you want to come to our retirement workshop, we have many coming up here throughout the months. So if you want to sign up, make sure you do so, as those fill up rather quickly. Until then, we'll see you next time, and I thank you for watching.